Am I the jerk for telling my mom I wouldn't let my future children visit because of how she treats my disabled dad? My dad suffered from severe aneurysm last year. He was in a coma for the weeks and survived, but with permanent damage. He can still do many things on his own, but he will never be fully independent and needs help with more complex tasks. My mom is now his primary caregiver and has been extremely resentful. Part of her anger comes from the fact that the aneurysm might have been preventable. My dad had chronic hypertension and stopped taking his medication without telling anyone. On top of that, my dad owned a business that went bankrupt after the aneurysm, meaning the retirement my mom had envisioned will likely never happen. She feels blindsided and trapped because she is financially dependent on him. While I understand that this situation is incredibly hard for her, her behavior toward my dad has become extremely concerning. She frequently yells at him for things that are direct consequences of his aneurysm. For example, he has no feeling in his lips, so his mouth sometimes hangs open without him realizing it, and she screams at him when it happens. When he spills food while eating, she openly expresses disgust in a very derogatory way. But I also have to mention that my dad is very stubborn and even now will ignore professional advice regarding his health. While I never had a good relationship with my parents, I live about an hour away and visit every couple of weeks. Every visit leaves me emotionally drained because the tensions are so high. I do want to add that my mom does have a strong social circle nearby, so she isn't completely isolated or without support. So here comes the part where I might have been the jerk. On my last visit, my dad started coughing because he swallowed too quickly. My mom immediately started yelling and berating him. I snapped and told her that if I ever have children, I wouldn't let them visit because I don't want them exposed to this dynamic or thinking this kind of behavior is normal. I also told her that while I understand her anger, she needs to find other ways to express it because this situation is becoming very toxic for everyone involved. My dad then said that she treats him even worse when I'm not there. At the time, she didn't say much, but later she sent me an angry text saying I had no right to say that because she lives with my dad 24/7 and I only see them a few days a month. My boyfriend agrees with me, but my best friend thinks I may have gone too far and that bringing up future children was unnecessary. I want to be clear that I'm not trying to punish my mom. I'm trying to figure out where my own boundaries are. I can't keep visiting and witnessing this dynamic without it affecting my mental health. I don't want to normalize this behavior for myself or for any future children. I love both my parents, but I also feel like I have a responsibility to protect myself from a situation that feels toxic.